I recently had a bit of a health scare, and that's really why I've been sort of stalling a little bit on my house sale and putting it back on the market. But also, what it has done is made me even more determined to retire early and go and travel the world before it's too late. Hello, everyone. And hello, if you're new to my channel, my name is Zoe, and I am in the process of selling everything that I own, my house, my possessions, cars, everything, to go full-time traveling. My plan is to take early retirement at 55 and go slow traveling around the world and go visit all the places that I've always wanted to go, and see if I can find somewhere that I want to settle down and retire full-time to. Now, those of you that have been following me for a while will already know this, but I put my house on the market a year ago. And after 2 agents, 3 offers, all fell through, I took it off the market at the end of the year. And I've been spending some time sort of tidying up and making the house look nicer, ready for spring. And then I'm going to put it back on the market with another agent. Now, so it would be a few months ago now. I've always had high blood pressure, and it was detected in my early 30s. So every year I have annual blood tests. And so in a way, I guess I'm kind of lucky that they can pick things up quite quickly. And then sort of when I came back from Australia last year, and I had my annual blood tests, they found, and I was diagnosed with chronic kidney disease at stage 3A. And I have to say, I knew nothing about this disease. So I was a little bit worried, and I was referred to the hospital, but obviously it's NHS, so I only actually had my appointment last week. But, you know, my doctor has been really good. Now, by her own admission, she's not an expert in this field. She's a general practitioner, but she does phone the hospital all the time to get advice on my case. Now, what it's most likely caused by is having high blood pressure over a prolonged period of time, and that it's caused damage. And I'm sure a lot of you know more than I do about kidney disease, but obviously I've had to try and learn a little bit more about it. And basically, they take your GFR score, and if your score is under 60, then you're stage 3A. So that's, you know, when you need to start thinking about looking after yourself better. And then you can go down to stage 3B, and then, you know, the worse it gets, you're looking at dialysis or a transplant. It's like everything when you get diagnosed with something that you know nothing about. It's scary, isn't it? And you go on the internet, and some of the things you read, they scare you. And yeah, I was a little bit worried. Now, my scores were coming out in the mid-50s, so it wasn't like it was something really to worry about at the time, but something we needed to get hold of. So I've been working with my doctor on new medications to bring my blood pressure down, which is working now, just to bring it down a lot lower than it was. But then a few weeks ago, because I've been having blood tests quite regularly now to check it, my score went very low, and it dropped very quickly in the space of 4 weeks. And I have to say, I was absolutely terrified how I could drop from mid-50s down to the mid-40s in the space of a few weeks. And yeah, it gave me a real scare. Because then you start thinking, okay, how bad is this going to get? And I'm still waiting for my specialist appointment at the hospital. So I don't know. But I did do a lot more research on it. And yeah. So just sticking with that point, I did a lot of research on it, and I changed my diet basically. I just started eating plant-based meals only, not pre-made plant meals, but making my own. So more grains, more beans, no meat, more vegetables. Because I thought I'd give it a go. I've been watching a few videos and a lot of people were swearing by it. I'm not saying that I'm vegan or anything like that. It's just something I'm going to try. I'm not saying that I'm never going to eat chicken or anything again. But, you know, it did appear that my protein, I was eating too much protein. So cutting meat is the easiest one to look at. I mean, I don't know. But I did it. But I am pleased to say by the time I got to the hospital, I'd gone back up to the high 50s. And they're quite confident now that I will be able, I will be able to come back out of it and heal myself, which is great because when I was first reading all about this last year, I was reading that you can't repair your kidneys, and I don't think I ever really believed that, especially when I went through all my old test results and things, and you can see it goes up and down quite a lot. So, yeah. So anyway, I'm on the mend. And it isn't something I really talked about while I was going through it. And because I have to say, I was really worried. I was very worried, especially when it dipped. And yeah, so, but I changed my diet and I've basically turned it around, which is quite incredible in a very short period of time. But I'm not an expert here, and I'm not saying that would work for everyone at all. I'm just saying what happened with me. But when it really dipped, and I mean, I really panicked. I was like, oh no, what does this mean? Does this mean that they're just going to deteriorate very fast? Am I going to be stuck in the UK? Am I looking at dialysis? You know, so many questions I had for the hospital. And when I got over the panic of it a bit, then I started thinking more, okay, well, I'm sure I can fix this. I'm sure I can turn this around if I just put my mind to it. I don't want to. You know, the worst thing for me would be to think I had something and I would be stuck in the UK, couldn't follow my dreams. I would hate to spend my last years in the UK and not have travelled to all the places I still want to see. And obviously you can get, you know, there's some very good hospitals in other countries. You know, you don't need to just rely on the UK. It's just the cost of it all, isn't it? And that's something you have to factor in. But I am so determined now to retire early this year and go. There's no doubt in my mind I have to get this house sold. And if I don't get it sold by summer, I am going to just rent it out just so that I can go. I don't want to have another health issue that I can't fix and live with regrets that I never did this. I should have gone last year. I feel like I've wasted a year with all this house selling business as it is. That this year I am going. I'm just not going to hang around. Obviously, I'm going to work with the doctors in the next few months because we have to make sure that the results that came through last weren't a blip, and you know that it doesn't go back down again. But I also need to learn to manage and look after my health better. And especially if I want to go travelling full time and go and see the world, I can't do that if I'm not 100% fit and able. But gosh, I would so regret it if I didn't go and do it. And I really just don't want to be hanging around here in the UK and then find out it's too late. We always said, like, did it happen for a reason that the house sale didn't go through? And I think maybe that was the reason, was because when the sales fell through was when I had the first blood test. And then since then, you know, it's gone down. Now it's going back up. Fingers crossed it's going to keep going back up. And if I hadn't been here and had my annual blood test, I would never have known. And that's quite interesting, actually, because most people with chronic kidney disease don't actually know they've got it, because most people don't have blood tests every year. You know, it's because of my blood pressure that I do this annually. And even when I'm traveling, I'm still going to go and have my tests every year wherever I am. Yeah, it's just sort of reminding me how I need to make sure I do that and catch things. But that's also why I've been a bit quiet in the last few weeks, just processing everything, because it really does make you think about what you really want to do with your life. I really don't want to stay here. I just don't. Yeah, so it's been quite tough, but I'm on the mend, and I have to say I'm quite enjoying a plant-based diet. I'm not missing meat at all. Well, so we'll see if that's long term. No, you know, and I'm not saying that I won't eat fish or meat or any ever again. Just I'm going to generally try and stick to the plant-based diet, and it's working. I feel much better for it, and I feel better in myself, not just because of the results. But that was what I wanted to share. Really, was that, and what I wanted to get across is, if you have a dream and there's something you really want to do, don't wait till it's too late. Just, you know, that was my fear, was I've waited too long. I might not be able to do what I want to do. But now I'm determined I will be fit and healthy again, and I will do it while I can. I'm not going to hang around here, wait for this house to sell if it doesn't sell again this year. No. Anyway, hope everybody else is well. And like I say, I am not an expert by any stretch of the imagination on kidney disease, chronic kidney disease, and I know a lot of people do suffer with it, and I'm not taking that away from anyone. I'm hoping that, you know, you're managing it well and you keep well. I really do. My point was that you know, sometimes these things come up, and let's all look after ourselves better, and two, let's do what we want to do now, because we just don't know what's around the corner. We just don't. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you all soon. Bye.